My party. Thank you. Okay, so may I request our dignitaries to please occupy the head table now so we can start the meeting in 2 to 3 minutes. Good afternoon again. Please settle down now. We're about to start the program. All right, welcome again to my party. uh, I'm, I was asked to pitch in for PP David, so I can say that, you know. Okay, so let's start the program to get the ball rolling. May we call on President Keith Harrison to call this meeting to order.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati, I'm pleased to call this meeting to order.
May we call on Director Boy Arteche for the invocation. Then it will be followed by the national anthem and then RC Makati hymn. So please all rise.
Let's place ourselves in the presence of the good Lord. To my brother Rotarians, as we gather today, let us take a moment to reflect on the importance of our collective efforts in strengthening national security. In a world where challenges to peace and stability are ever present, our commitment to safeguarding our communities and nation is more crucial than ever. We express our gratitude for the freedoms we enjoy and the security that allows us to pursue our dreams and aspirations. We honor the brave individuals who dedicate their lives to protecting our nation, often at great personal sacrifice. May we strive to create a safer, more secured world for all in recognition of their service. We also remember and honor the lives of those who have passed. Today, we hold in our thoughts the father of our brother Rotarian, Dr. Andre Prieto, and Condo's son, past president and international service leader of RC Fukuya. May their contributions and legacies inspire us to continue our work with dedication and compassion. May their souls rest in peace. Let us now take a few seconds of silence in prayer for both. As Rotarians, we are called to lead by example, to foster understanding, and to build bridges of cooperation. Let us be vigilant in our efforts to support initiatives that enhance security, promote peace, and uphold justice. May our actions today and every day contribute to a world where security is not just a privilege for some, but a right for all. In the spirit of unity and purpose, let us renew our commitment to service above self. May our discussions and decisions today be guided by wisdom, compassion, and a steadfast dedication to the greater good. All this we ask in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
believe in service above self, and this is why we succeed. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way, giving hope to the world. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, giving hope to the world. The Rotary Club of Makati.
May I request the indulgence of my fellow Rotarians to please remain standing for the four-way test, and all the guests, please sit down. So let's together recite the four-way test, fellow Rotarians, of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Second, is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
And third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Finally, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Beneficial to all concerned.
And our answer should be a resounding
Yes.
yes. All right, you may now take your seats. Thank you so much. Now let's go to the acknowledgement of guests and visiting Rotarians. Of course, we have our guest speaker, Police Major General Roderick Augustus Alba, who will be properly introduced later. For our dignitaries, starting with past District Governor Tony Kila, my tormentor. Gov. Past District Peps Bengson. Thank you, Gov. We have also Anne's, first Anne, Rachel Harrison. Hello, ma'am. And Anika Haxton. Our guests, we have Senior Sister Antonieta Castañares, Directress and Superior, Santa Rita Orphanage. Sorry ma'am, di ko Kala ko senior. Sino kaya nagsulat nito? Kos ha, Kos? Sorry po, sister. Miss Lani Batulayan, social worker, SRO. Welcome po. Karoy Labrador, SRO. Pura Cirudo, SRO. Welcome po, welcome po. Father Bobby de la Cruz, priest in charge, San Lakbay. Father. Fernan Ferrer, project officer, San Lakbay. Welcome po, welcome. Okay, so fellow Rotarians, may I request you all to please rise for the welcome song.
Friends of Rotary, we greet you. All friends of Rotary, we greet you. We want you to feel that our friendship is real. We are glad you're here today. So take back home a little cheer. Regards from all the fellows here. And when once more you're here, our Lord, come again, our friends, come again.
All right, thank you, fellow Rotarians, for the very lively singing of the welcome song. Okay. Now, greetings to birthday and wedding anniversary celebrators and celebrants.
Your birthday. Sing to yourself. Sing to yourself.
Okay, so I have to sing to myself now. So it's my birthday. Welcome again to my party. Thank you so much. Thank you. We also have Dr. Mark Gan, November 24. For our aunts, Anne Cecile Deirit, November 22. Anne Lucy Siasoyko, November 22. And for wedding anniversaries, we have Ronnie and Anne Menchu Concepcion, November 21. David and Alexa Abuitis, November 21. Now, may we call on the tenor, Mr. Rotarian Andy Manyalak, accompanied by Gov Tony, Gov Peps.
Pitching in for the first time.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Andy, let's do it. A cappella, Andy. A cappella. There is no music.
No lyrics.
No lyrics either.
No music.
No music, a cappella.
You have the lyrics?
This is your birthday. Go, Andy.
You have the lyrics.
Don't have the lyrics. Okay, let's just make up lyrics, okay? This is your birthday and wedding day.
Let's celebrate this important day.
Chris.
We greet you deep in our hearts still. A happy birthday and happy wedding day.
Napaka-special naman ng birthday ko, pati si Gov Peps na pakanta. Thank you so much, Gov Peps and Rotarian Andy. Maganda palang natataon ng Tuesday ang birthday, no? Thank you so much. All right, okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Now let's go to club functions and committee announcements. Any announcements from our committee heads, chairpersons? Sir Tony? Yes, PP Bing, IPP Bing.
Thank you very much, Chris. I just want to remind you folks that our Last Angel events are beginning to commence, no? And in fact, this Friday we will have the first one, which will be at the Villanueva Elementary School at Pasay City. And so there's going to be a car that will be leaving the clubhouse at 9 a.m. So for those who would wish to participate, please do so. Okay? And of course, we will have so many other Last Angel events. Next week, it will be on Wednesday, November 27, and this will be also in Makati, so that will be fairly convenient. The first one is Bantay Bata, the other one is Makati Youth. And I suppose we will also arrange for vehicles, right? If in fact needed, coming from the clubhouse. No? And then on November 28, we will have Bahay Maria in Bel Air. Again, that's fairly accessible. And finally, on Saturday, we will have on November 30, coming from Makati Clubhouse. Actually, this is our neighborhood, right? Barangay Fiao. So that should be fairly easy for you folks to participate. Okay? And then the subsequent events, we can then announce it subsequently. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, IPP Bing. Sir Tony?
Thank you, birthday boy. Okay, just a plug on behalf of PP Eddie, First Anne Rachel, and the committee doing the fundraising with the Christmas concert. It goes well. All the most expensive tickets, 5,000 or Mostly 500 of them have been sold out. Okay. What we need is an extra help to push the concert to your friends, relatives, because we still have 3,500 tickets available. We 3,500, only the 3,500 is available. The 5,000 is sold
He
out.
says you have 3,500 tickets available.
No, I said 3,500 peso tickets available. Sorry. I'm sorry. So actually, to be exact, we have 202, 3,500 tickets available. So we need an extra push. Push your friends, your relatives, to come and join us. It will be a wonderful evening. It will be a wonderful show. And it will highlight or bring about the joy of Christmas in your hearts on December 10. To those we've sent letters for advertisements, we will make you kulit. For those we have sent letters for sponsorship, we will make you kulit. So bear with us. It is part of the exercise of our fundraising project this year. Having said that, see you all on December 4 for our Christmas party and December 10 for our concert. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Tony. Let's support the committee of PP Eddie and Sir Tony. All right, now we proceed to the MOA signing between RCM and or MOA signing and turnover of donation to Santa Rita Orphanage to be represented by Sister Antonieta Castañares, Directress and Superior of the orphanage. On our side, of course, it will be the President Kit, President Kit, who will sign and hand over the check donation. Also witnessing this significant occasion is past District Governor Pipito Bengson. Okay, for everyone's information, the signing and turnover pertain to the club support, which includes 50,000 pesos for the purchase of a smart TV, 20,000 pesos for age-appropriate toys for the orphans, almost 400 books from BATS program, and 8,000 pesos worth of school supplies for a total of 80,000 pesos.
Another one. Another one. Ready? 1, 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Another one. Last one. Thank you. Baba mo na ako. Sa IS ako nagbababa. Hindi, okay na yung uno. Baba na yung upper. 4 lang yan. Ma'am, sa gilid na lang po kayo. Dito sa gilid po kayo para hindi kayo nakatago, ma'am. Ma'am, yung isa po dito. Yung isa po dito. Ayan, much better. Much better. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Another one. Last one po. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Sister Antonieta. Gov Peps. President Kit, please stay put.
Oh.
Now we'll proceed to the turnover of donation to Sanlakbay. Stay put, President Kit, for this part of the program. And let's witness the donation between the Rotary Club of Makati and the Caritas Manila Sanlakbay Drug Rehab Program. We would like to invite Father Bobby de la Cruz, priest in charge, and Mr. Fernand Ferrer to receive the donation on behalf of the Sanlakbay program. And representing the Rotary Club of Makati is President Kit Harrison and Director Neil Macasiar, who will hand over the donation. For everyone's information, the turnover pertains to a generous donation of 157,000 pesos for the purchase of 100 canvas of cabans of rice, 25 kilos each, to be distributed to our kalakbays, as well as 21 boxes of drug testing kits and urine bottles. These items will greatly support the rehabilitation program by helping assess participants' progress, monitor their sobriety, and provide timely interventions. The Sanlakbay program has been a long-time partner of our club since the presidential term of PP Junjun Dairit. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Father Bobby. So, let's hear a short message from Senior Sister. Patawarin nyo na po. To Sister Antonieta.
Good afternoon, my generous brothers of Rotary Club. Makati. So I was told by our governor to have a brief history of our SRO, a Century Orphanage in Sucat, Paranaque. It was founded by Reverend Mother Carmen Alba, AR, the late General, Mother General of our congregation. She was the one who initiated and founded this Century Orphanage. And it was the lot that we have now in Sucat, Paranaque was donated by Doña Rita. And also the chapel that we have, because we are sisters, we have to pray every day for the orphans. And it was also built by and donated by Flas Ilorde, late Flas Ilorde. And so we're very thankful for everything that we have given by the Lord. And also I am very thankful for your generous heart to provide us and help us in our needs. And I wish and I pray that you'll be given 100-fold from the Lord, so that you can also share with us continuously when you are in need help in this Century Orphanage in Sucat, Paranaque. Thank you very much, and we will go ahead before you because we have a funeral mass for our also Mother General now at 2:00. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Antonieta. And we pray for the soul of Mother Eupemia Lawson. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pura Cerudo. I'm a volunteer teacher at the Saint Rita Orphanage. So just because the donations that you gave us this afternoon will actually benefit the orphans at our SRO Learning Center. Okay. We established this learning center in 2017, so mga 7 years ago. And how did we start this? Actually, it stemmed from the desire of myself together with another friend for service above self. I think that's your motto also. We were looking for an advocacy wherein we can pay forward the blessings that we have received. Okay, so the sisters at Saint Rita Orphanage was kind enough to accept our intention, and they assigned a room for us, and we started the SRO Learning Center. Okay. So the maximum capacity of the Saint Rita Orphanage is 25 children. Okay. So and now we have 2 classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we have about 4 volunteer teachers. So the donations will really benefit the programs that we are having for the orphans. Okay. So that's it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Pura. We appreciate your efforts in taking care of the orphans. Now, let's also hear from, where's Father Bobby? Still here? Father Bobby?
No, it's very loud.
All right, so
Father Bobby is behind the post.
short message from Father Bobby.
Okay, since 2016, the Rotary Club of Makati has been supporting us during the beginning of the drug war until now. And until now, the Rotary Club of Makati has been very generous to us, supporting us on our other needs. Like, for example, this year, this is our 8th year. You have given us sacks of rice, which is a consolation for our kalakbais. These are the drug dependents who are from the marginalized poor families, and also the drug kits, which is very necessary for us. Again, thank you very much for all of you, President Kit and all the Rotarians. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Father Bobby. Now let's proceed to the next part of our program, which is the President's Time. President Kit?
Good afternoon, everybody. Lost my notes. Okay, I'm back. And very, very pleased to be back. A little bit jet lagged, but I'm back all the same. Oh, you're still taking pictures of me again. Okay. Firstly, with respect to Sister Antonia, she's left now, yes? But anyway, she wished us 100 blessings forward, and I wish her 1,000 blessings forward, and with your orphanage. So I think just to start the meeting, I'd like to thank Gov Peps for some on-the-job training of Director Andy regarding the singing, and particularly, I guess it's going to be later on in here. I want to mention thank you very much, PP Eddie and Tony, for leading the project forward to help us with our fundraising concert on the 10th of December. This is a very important project, not only for us raising funds, but also for our own club collaboration and camaraderie. So I encourage everybody to be very supportive. So, after a 4-day trip to Taiwan to celebrate the charter anniversary of RC Taoyuan, I then flew to England for a week for family reasons. I went to see my mother, who turned 92. But I'm delighted to be back in Manila. And I extend my heartfelt gratitude to VP Chris Farareza, who's shortly going to have a title update, for looking after the chairmanship of the meeting last week. Thank you very much. I also want to recognize the dedication of our members who've been tirelessly working on our upcoming activities. So particularly Tony Lopez and PP Eddie, but also as mentioned, but also to Howie Calleja for his leadership in planning the Christmas party, and again ensuring that our club remains a vibrant and cohesive group. November brought an unfortunate string of super typhoons that have caused widespread devastation across the country. Our Disaster Response Committee is actively monitoring the situation, again with the one which has been hitting Nueva Vizcaya, I think, and also Bicol again earlier, 2 days ago, but collaborating with partner clubs in the affected regions to assess the assistance we can give to those areas and looking for the biggest impact that we're able to give. Earlier in the month, through our coordination with RC Tagigaraw and RC Kawayan and RC Naga and RC Metro Sorozong and RC Virac, we were able to give much needed relief that reached our fellow countrymen in very difficult times. I visited one of the locations myself, and I can tell you it is not a very nice situation to be in when you're washed out of your home and you're on the floor in an evacuation center. So looking forward, I haven't got so much to talk about for the past, but looking forward, firstly, you'll notice in the magazine that the selection committee has been very busy. And not only the selection committee, but the board approved those recommended selections, and they will be put to the club membership at the annual general meeting on the 10th of December. And that is particularly that, did I see him come in as well? Howie, are you here? Oh, he disappeared. He was here a minute ago. Anyway, Howie has accepted the role as PN. Round of applause for Howie. Although he's not here, we'll tell him we applauded him. And the birthday boy has accepted the role as PND. Congratulations, Chris. Yes. No choice. But anyway, as the year winds down and we prepare for those that important passing of those resolutions, on Thursday the 21st, that's this 2 days' time this week, we will visit 2 potential sites. In the mornings, it begins at 8:30, the New Era School in Commonwealth. So that's leaving the clubhouse at 7:30 in the morning, where we'll explore the possible support of their special needs division. And I'm going particularly with Gov Peps and myself, but I'm also inviting anybody else who would like to join us on that trip out there. We will also go to a school which is run by ICANN, International Children's Action Group, which is a Japanese-supported group, where we will assess the facilities there and see if we can also support that school, and it's in San Mateo, Rizal. So we will have a long morning and then be back. Later on in the afternoon of the same day, at 4 o'clock, we have the district rolling recognition for community service and membership, and it will take place in our own clubhouse. So I would encourage every member who is available at 4 o'clock onwards to come along there and see if we can win an award or two, at least be recognized for the work that we've been doing so far this year. So please come along. It'll be a nice evening also to mix with the other clubs who will be there. As mentioned earlier, please mark your calendars or remark your calendars for the 4th of December, the McCarthy, for our Christmas party at the Polo Club. The evening will start at 6 o'clock with cocktails. Members and wives and aunts are invited to wear enchanting outfits I don't know what an enchanting outfit is, but I'm sure I'll be told what it is. If you know what my wife is like, I will be told about it. The four clusters we have, from the TV series, what's it called? Dragons. Anyway, Game of Thrones. That's the one. Each grouping will have to do its own performance, and the performance will receive the best performing team out of the four will receive prizes. On the 5th of December, should you not have had enough of Christmas parties, the 25th anniversary of the formation of District 3830 will take place, and it's also they're running as a Christmas party as well. And that will take place, let me know, we have a table for 10 at that party, and I would like to see the table filled with anybody who is keen to come along. And if you would like more seats, you let me know. On the 10th of December, we'll hold our annual membership meeting, and we will look after voting to confirm the appointments of, there will then be PN Howie and PND Chris, as required by our bylaws, and that will cover us for the elected officials for the next 2 years. It's a very important event. It has a quorum that we have to hit. Please make sure that you're able to attend, and if you are not able to attend, make sure that you sign the proxy form so that we can reach our requirements and have a good evening. Have a good day. Now, don't forget that after that meeting, which will be a fairly short meeting, we will then be making our way to the Christmas concert that evening. So there is our major fundraising event. As you may remember, it's the 5th at Rockwell. Cocktails begin at 6 o'clock. The event promises to be a magical evening of music. Tickets you've already been updated on. For those looking to contribute further, you can place an advertisement for 20,000, and that will get you into the souvenir program. And if you wish to spend more money, you speak to Tony or PP Eddy, and they will make sure that they guide you to the major sponsors role as well. The concert plays a critical role in the funding of our humanitarian projects, and your support will make it a success, but only with your support. So thank you very much. As we approach the year's end, let's maximize our time together by delivering impactful service and enjoying fellowship that makes the club so special. And I look forward to seeing you at these upcoming events, and particularly as they get announced, the various Last Angels project deliveries. So I'm looking forward to doing that. We will be visiting Santa Rita as part of that project, and many other of our beneficiary locations, courtesy of the expert leadership of IPP Bing as we do the Last Angels. So with that, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, President Kit. Now I just realized that last week was really a setup, and it seems that you're involved as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, President Kit. Now for the introduction of our guest speaker, may we call on Chairman C.B. Rebilla of Programs and Programs Committee.
Good afternoon. Our resource speaker for this afternoon, in behalf of PNP Chief General Rommel Marbil, is a native of Iloilo province but is living in Bacolod. So, Ilonggo ka gali, sir? So, kababayan ko pala si Sir Ilonggo. A member of the PNPA, taga-tagpumpad class of 1992. He served 34 years in the PNP service. He is also a former spokesperson of the PNP and formerly served as chief PIO of the PNP of the past four PNPs. He was a former past president of the Rotary Club of Bacolod, District 3850 in the year 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, our resource speaker for this afternoon, please help me welcome PNP Director of the Police Community Relations of the Philippine National Police, Police Major General Roderick Alba.
Thank you, Rotarian BP, for a very nice introduction. But before I give my message, allow me to acknowledge the following. President Keith, thank you for the warm invitation. By the way, I have with me my team, Ronnie, holding the cell phone, and Jerry, holding the laptop. Past District Governor, Tony Kila, PDG Peps Bengson, VP Chris, Sister Castañares, Director Rita, Director Saint, Rita Orphanage, Father Bobby de la Cruz, Father, yeah. Yeah. Well, in the interest of time, allow me to forego with acknowledging each and every one of you. But first, allow me to tell you that our club is the fourth longest serving Rotary Club in the Philippines. Held its 87th charter anniversary induction in 2024. We belong to District 3850 under Governor Richard Centino. And we cover Region 6, part of Mindanao Occidental, Misamis, and of course, Negros Occidental. Yeah, that's about it. I'm now actually ATM telling them that I am now your guest. I really miss this kind of activity. Been busy for the past 34 years of my career in the service. So, going back to my task this afternoon, but allow me to extend the apologies of our Chief PNP, General Rommel Marbil. He got an urgent call yesterday to attend a hearing, ongoing hearing at the Congress. So his apologies po. My presentation is quite, some of its substance is quite classified, and if I may request fellow Rotarians to refrain from taking a photo of my presentation, sir, just for your reference. But you can take photo of me. I'm also, by the way, a JSE scholar in Florida, way back in, I think, 2002. Okay. So, fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is a privilege to join the esteemed members of the Rotary Club of Makati today. Thank you for this opportunity to share the Philippine National Police ongoing efforts to strengthen national security and protect the Filipino people. The operations conducted by the PNP are in pursuance of the National Security Policy 2023 to 2028, anchored on a comprehensive framework and strong Filipino values. Our operations target and deal with individuals or groups that create threats against peace, safety, and economic stability. In recent months, we have made significant progress in addressing high-profile crimes, highlighting our commitment to the rule of law and justice for all. One such case is the arrest of dismissed Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo in Indonesia, who is alleged to be a Chinese spy, posing as a Filipino citizen. She faces multiple charges, including human trafficking, graft and corrupt practices, tax evasion, multiple counts of money laundering, and other crimes. Her links to illegal offshore gaming operations and exploitation pose a direct threat to national security. So, similarly, the PNP has taken strong and decisive action against Apollo Kiboloy, a high-profile religious leader, now facing grave charges of child abuse, human trafficking, and the sexual exploitation of minors. We in the PNP are committed to ensuring justice for the multiple victims, some as young as 12, who are bravely coming forward to expose years of manipulation, abuse, and exploitation. This case underscores our determination to hold perpetrators of such heinous crimes accountable. In another landmark case, Teddy J. Mujica Mejia, the primary suspect in a major trafficking operation, was apprehended in the United Arab Emirates through an Interpol Red Notice. Mejia faces over 100 charges related to OSAIC, acronym for Anti-Online Sexual Abuse or Exploitation of Children, and Children's Sexual Abuse or Exploitation Materials. These operations have led to the rescue of numerous minors and the identification of additional suspects, underscoring our commitment to safeguarding society's most vulnerable. On the national security front, the PNP has dealt a decisive blow to the local terrorist group, including the arrest of Hamad Ahmad Hassan, a key member of the DI Hassan group. He was arrested under warrants for violations of Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020, destructive arson, and multiple attempted murders. Hassan's group has been responsible for bombings and other deadly acts in Mindanao, posing a serious threat to public safety. Furthermore, we have arrested 41 high-ranking communist terrorist group members, disrupting their operations at various levels and reducing their capacity to threaten our communities. We have also intensified our campaign against organized crime and illegal gambling, particularly targeting illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators or POGOs and Internet Gaming Licensee or IGL. These entities falsely present themselves as legitimate, but are fronts for human trafficking, money laundering, love scam, cryptocurrency scam, and other illicit activities. Since April 2024, the PNP has conducted nationwide anti-illegal gambling operations, leading to thousands of arrests, the seizure of millions in illegal assets, and the dismantling of syndicates involved in scams and trafficking. Collaborating with other law enforcement agencies, we have the PNP ACG, or the Anti-Cybercrime Group, has targeted offshore gambling networks linked to these crimes. The economic impact of these activities cannot be ignored. Illegal gambling operations undermine legitimate industries, deter investors, and deprive our country of valuable resources. By eradicating these enterprises, we open avenues for legitimate job creation, attract both foreign and local investments, and lay the groundwork for sustainable economic growth. To underscore the importance of national security, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., in his last State of the Nation address, announced the decision to wind down and cease the operations of POGO by the end of this year. This urgency was further reinforced by Executive Order Number 74, which mandates an immediate nationwide ban on POGOs and all associated offshore gaming activities. This decisive action reflects our commitment to strengthening national security, maintaining public order, and safeguarding communities from the adverse impacts of POGO operations. The impact of these efforts extend far beyond enforcement. By strengthening national security, we create an environment where human security and economic development can flourish. These victories reaffirm the government's resolve, the PNP's resolve, to protect public safety, foster confidence in law enforcement, and restore justice for victims and their families. Allow me to remind everyone that national security is a shared responsibility. We call on everyone to support law enforcement activities, initiatives, champion justice, and contribute to upholding peace and order in your communities. Together, we can create a safer, more secure nation. In closing, we reaffirm the PNP's vision of a quote, and I quote, mahusay, matatag, at maasahan na kapulisan. A modern professional police force dedicated to serving modern Filipino society. With your partnership, especially that I'm also a Rotarian, I believe our Chief PNP is also a Rotarian, we will continue to uphold justice, integrity, and accountability in every aspect of our duty. Sa bagong Pilipinas, ang gusto ng pulis, ligtas ka. That is the battle cry of our Chief PNP. So, President Keith, in English, in our country nowadays, what we want for the PNP, that everyone should be secure and safe. Maraming salamat po, and mabuhay tayong lahat. I'm now ready to answer your questions. Thank you. Yeah.
Would you like to?
All right. Thank you, General and fellow Rotarian Alba, for that very informative, confidential.
Naka-online tayo.
Yes. Information. Okay, so the Q&A is now open. The floor is now open for Q&A. Yes, Sir Tony, first question.
General Alba, thank you for gracing our meeting. I'd like to ask, you're based in Bacolod, am I correct? Is that right?
Yes, sir. I am a certified resident of the city of Smiles, Bacolod City.
Yeah.
But I'm now working in the national headquarters.
Okay. Just like CB, he has a smile. He's from Negros. See that smile of CB Revilla. Very. Now, I just have a question. If you know about what's happening in Negros, I have a farm in Sagay City. And it's been some time since we've had problems with the NPA or the people who pressure. Is the area free from NPA? If you were to count, how many more areas in the Philippines do we have threats from the NPA, or virtually we've already shut down those threats? Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Tony, for the question. First, allow me to lay down my foundation. I'm not the official spokesperson of the Philippine National Police. I hold a directorate that caters to community policing, and that is organizing, and in return, we mobilize communities on that regard. But
to your knowledge,
yes, sir. In my
knowledge.
perspective, since I've been a officer in charge or provincial director of Negros Occidental a long time ago, and I served Region 6 for almost 18 years of my career. And the concern on insurgency has been there. As to my knowledge, they are still there because community are supporting their existence. I don't have the specific data from the AFP and from our leadership, but from the open source and in our meetings, accordingly, the AFP states that the numbers are waning down. But you see, the question there is, why is it still there? Yung pong sinabi ko kanina that once we don't help address the problem, we really get those problems from time to time. But from our end, we make initiatives to address the concerns in support to the armed forces of the Philippines. Like, we are parallel in organizing a new police regional office in that part of the country. We call it the NIR, the Negros Island region, which will cover Siquijor, Negros Oriental, and the whole of Negros Occidental. Let me assure you, Ryan Tony, that this will be a big help to address the existence of our enemies in that part of the country. But tutuloy ko na po ano. Because of course we rely on data. We are more focused on anti-criminality and terrorism as part of it. We on the report from our Directorate for Operations, since April this year up to September this year, comparing it to the same period last year, we have reduced in our peace and order indicator by more or less 11%. When you say 11%, that is something translated into thousands of crime incidents that were drastically reduced comparing the two periods. You may not probably appreciate the data because of some news, no? But from our end, we are really working on it, that we need to sustain the efforts. We have lots of arrests on illegal drugs, unprecedented. We have around 7 billion worth of illegal drugs confiscated from April this year and to this present time. So this is something that we from the PNP are, would want everyone to know that we're not letting our guards down, especially on this problem on peace and order. But yes, I think the creation of IR is an added value in addressing insurgency in that part of the country. Thank you, Retired Tony.
All right. Thank you, General. Yes, Attorney Boy, Director Boy.
Mayungod to?
Mayungod to, sir.
Okay. PNB data shows 195 police officers dismissed from the service. 395 more are facing administrative charges for enforcing the policy of your former commander-in-chief, kill, 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 patay gida. Now, my question is, what actual assistance has Digong given to these police officers facing administrative charges? I pity their family. They lost their jobs. It destroyed their reputation and dignity. Anong gihata nga bulig ni Digong, Subong?
That's precisely, I believe, the presence
Translation daw.
Okay.
Ano ba yun?
Ano yung
Tagalog.
Ano yung naitulong?
Bowling. Ano ang tulong na naibigay ni Digong sa mga pulis na sumunod sa kanyang mga hausyaw nga kill, kill, kill?
Again, sir, no, I'm not covering myself because I cannot represent the entire 227,000 PNP. But from my perspective, I think this is the reason why our chief PNP was invited to the hearing today, and be the one addressing that question. But I must admit that when I was a field officer, we really had so many officers facing not only administrative but criminal charges as a result of our campaign against illegal drugs in the previous administration. But please allow me to stress on this point. We have laid down a roadmap of our, we call it our new phase in our campaign against illegal drugs. This is a roadmap still in the works. It's now on the final approval deliberation from the PNP. It's a program from 2023 to 2028. This is aligned with the instruction of our President that campaign against illegal drugs, the law enforcers must be, at this moment, more circumspect in our campaign, with more focus on rehabilitation. On the other hand, on the supply reduction drive, the focus of the PNP is after the large fish, who is, being a prey to the entire illegal drug supply chain. And what I have reported to you a while ago, that we have around 7 billion worth of illegal drugs confiscated for only like 6 to 7 months. So that is something that from the PNP to tell you that we are doing a lot of change. We are a new approach to a campaign against illegal drugs. But we'll get back that to you, sir, yung sinabi mo kung what level of support or the support given to those
Facing.
officers who are facing cases as a result of our war on drugs on the previous administration. Thank you, sir.
Damugin ni salamat.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Director Boy. Sir Architect June Palafox. Yes, and then followed by Patrick, Rotarian Patrick. And then Sir Gani.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for sharing. Comment and questions. Yeah. Comment. Our three biggest challenges to become a first world country is corruption, criminality, climate change. Does PNP have I know you have an immediate action program. What's the long-term vision to address that so we become top 20 economies of the world? And security by design studied that as well. And if I may mention Dubai, Dubai practically zero criminality. They have CCTV cameras all over. And for us baby boomers, you know, when during martial law, and you get invited to a pot session, you go to the gated communities. And now we have so many criminals living in gated communities, and police cannot access them. How could you address that, sir? Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian John, for the question. Tama ba? You may take your seat, sir. Baka mahaba yung sagot ko. Unless you have follow-up question. Thank you, sir. First and foremost, we cannot compare apple to guava. We are a developing country compared to what you have said. And I've been to other countries for the past few days and weeks. I've been to, the last travel that I had was in Boston. We had an internal association Chief of Police meeting. And a week prior to that, we have a counter-terrorism training for women in Semarang, Indonesia. I agree because there are countries really have very low crime volume as compared to our country. And I must admit that not only for the PNP that we have a share of problems, so-called problems, when we talk about internal discipline and cleansing of our organization. I believe so that even in private companies or other law enforcement organizations in the world share the same sentiment. I don't believe so that they have, that country that you mentioned have no problem with their police officers. But in this current leadership, and the past leadership of the PNP even, we have a guard dogs to ensure that all police operational procedures are observed by those officers serving warrants of arrest or arresting a person. I'd like to tell you our experience in Davao, where lots have been done just to arrest one person, a high-profile suspect. He's now in jail, but you know, this is a whole of PNP, a whole of government effort, what we did there in Davao. And, you know, being in this job as a police officer requires a lot of professionalism and discipline. But rest assured that we have a guard dog, we have the IMEG, we have the Internal Affairs Service that it ensures to safeguard every operation of our officers are in line with our police operational procedures, and that is implementing the rule of law and always observe and respect the rights of others. Thank you, sir.
You good, Architect June? No follow-ups? Okay. So, Patrick?
Thank you, PM General Alba, for the presentation. Connected to Rotarian June's question, I want to shift it on the data side, more on the information technology side, because I think part of the peace and order service to the Filipino people is also to connect the PNP with departments like the Department of Immigration, Department of Customs, because based on the case you presented, like Alice Go, she was able to leave the country, and it was Indonesia who found her. So this is only, I think, one high-profile case. But what is glaring to me is I am not sure if the PNP is properly budgeted to have all the interconnected data so that Interpol and PNP can work seamlessly. And us being a third world country, let's face it, a lot of the shady businesses, from drugs to pogo, will always be seen to happen in our country. And I think having that data connectivity would be something that would probably solve most of your problems. So my question, PM General Alba, is what is the strategic roadmap of PNP from an information technology and data analytics perspective so that you can actually use that data with AI or whatever tools to be able to zero in these cases, and especially people who are suddenly getting Philippine passports who are not even born in the Philippines? Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the question. I think we have a solution that fits all. Meaning to say that everybody is working on it, no? All government agencies in the perspective of information, communication, and technology. And the PNP is fastly adapting with this new trend in criminality, cybercrimes. Dati-dati hindi tinuturo sa training for even the military and the police, but right now, it becomes a major subject, a topic discussed during meetings and conferences. I cannot speak in behalf of other agencies, but of course, I do agree with you that we have to integrate all our information systems to address concerns on connectivity. In my knowledge, out of more than 100 million Filipinos, I think we have 120 million now, 87 million of us have our own social media accounts. Meaning to say, what you do not do, ay nakikita po sa ating mga cellphones, sa ating mga gadgets. Sometimes people are no longer going to the stations to air their complaints and their grievance. No? Diretso na po sa technology. So, for the PNP, we are doing our best, training our people. We have the anti-cybercrime group. We have collaborative trainings with our nearby ASEAN countries. Since we have transnational crimes, no? Tumatawid po sa ibang part of our country. That's why we have a very strong support from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Thailand, and from other countries. But just the same, rest assured that we're doing everything. We are adapting to the new technology and the new challenges posed upon the PNP, and that is addressing crimes in cyberspace. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so next, Sir Gani, and then George, then Sir Tony again. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Major General Alba, kababayan from Iloilo. Hello. I would like to focus your attention to the back page of our calendar run. RCMAC holds its second fun shoot. When we started RCMAC way back in 1997, or more than 25 years ago, we used to hold our shooting practices every week. But just to cut the story short, now the FEO of PNP charges 1,500 pesos just to bring ammunitions to the range. Now, I'd like to seek your help. tulungan naman natin sana yung mga bata who are talented and very promising. As you would know, we dominated the world shooting competition last year. We got most of the gold medals, and many of them are children, mga bata. Now, the last shoot that I participated was last week, and then this week in La Union, there's a World Shoot qualifier. But the numbers of shooters are dwindling. Pakaunti na ng pakaunti. George Haxton would attest to that. Sana tulungan nyo naman yung mga bata. They rely heavily on sponsorship. So, if they don't perform well, they lose their free ammunition. So, we're being charged 1,500 just to bring ammunitions to the range. Please help us, kababayan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the question or the request. I believe I was sent by the Chief PNP not only to speak in his behalf, but perhaps to acknowledge requests or clarifications on anything under the sun that falls under the purview of national security. And you mentioned about our youth who are the future of our motherland, na-engage po sa sports, and seemingly it's waning down because of policies, no, restrictions. Rest assured po na paparating ko ito sa ating Chief PNP. I have my team who is currently recording what we are discussing this afternoon. Thank you, sir.
All right. Yeah. George, your turn. Then Sir George, after Sir Tony.
General Alba, thanks for being here. I know you have a difficult job and you're doing a great job. Sir Gani mentioned that I'm part of the community, of the shooting community. I'm also a new member of RCMAC. I'm an active practical shooter as well. But my concern today is about public safety. We see non-Filipinos or foreign nationals being able to acquire firearms in our country, and it scares me a lot. As a local, as a Filipino, I make sure to follow the proper procedures of owning a firearm. I have a Type 5 and I also have BTCs. And however, it breaks my heart when I see a foreign national being able to acquire a gun, being licensed by another Filipino, or without no license at all, or even being able to go to firing ranges, because I've witnessed foreign nationals bring their own firearm at firing ranges. So, and I know that people have to commit a certain crime for you to discover something, right? I'd like to know if there's anything legally that we can do to take initiatives on making sure that there's the public is safe from those foreign nationals that are being able to acquire firearms. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This is a gigantic task for the PNP. A while ago, I told everyone to address a crime, this is not a one-party effort. We ought to have a holistic approach in addressing criminality. There are two kinds of job na pinapatupad po ng PNP. That is to prevent crime and to solve it after it was committed. Dito po sa prevention aspect, altogether with around 227,000 of us cannot prevent crimes altogether. Siguro, gagawin ko ito sa isang story or narrative. Perhaps Lapu-Lapu is the first policeman. Right? And he was the only policeman that time who carries a bolo that defeated those who want to invade us. But definitely, hindi nagtagumpay yung mag-i-invade sa atin. And And that evolved for so many decades and centuries that now the country has authorized 227,000 to bear arms to address criminality, protecting more than 100 million Filipinos. But we must admit that we cannot protect altogether. Henceforth, regulating the bearing and carrying of firearms. Yes, we are very sad that the systems are not perfect, and we are working on it. When there are complaints of us violating our own policy, they are properly investigated. But you'll still have my same answer. I'll bring this up to the Chief PNP, to our FEO, to address the concern of those legitimate businessmen, members of our community, who wants to bear firearms not because of anything else, but that is also to protect their family and themselves. So I think that's about it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, before we continue, just one announcement. We will have a raffle. The raffle prize is a Makalan after that's after the adjournment, so stay put. Sir, Sir Tony, your turn. Have another question? Sir George, kayo na po.
Yes, sir. Yes.
No, I just want to add on to what my good friend mentioned about this sort of assessment of 1,500. No, I don't see any justification to that, to be honest. No, and the thing is, for responsible gun owner, they need to, practice once in a while for proficiency, for safety, on all the likes. No, so I thought that now that Major General mentioned that you would elevate this, I hope so. I mean, if there's a need for the private sector to come out with a memorandum or whatever, appealing to the government. Okay? Not only with that, the other concern that we have is now they have come out with a memo or something like that that requires gun owners to have safety box. Okay? And again, that's costly. Now, Major General, you know very well that gun owners are very protective of their guns. They keep it carefully because it's expensive. Our gun here is not cheap compared to the other countries. So, having said that, it would be good that the private sector is appealing to you. We're not having, we don't want to impose this on you, but elevate it. If it needs to be, we're in private sector, stakeholders, gun dealers, sports association can bring this up so that we can air our side. Okay. Now, the other issue that I just like to bring out is that, concerning drugs. Okay, in the past, of course, there's a lot of issue with the EJK. Okay. But I also look at it from the point of other countries, when they impose death penalty. Before we have death penalty, and then when we had the 1987 new constitution, na-abolish. And then President Fidel Ramos reimposed it again. I think it was 1993 when there was a rampant of kidnapping and all sorts. No? But then President Gloria Macapagal abolished it again, I think 2006. Maybe it's high time that we review this issue, primarily because of the fact that other countries like Singapore, okay, they're very strict on this. It's not that they don't care about human rights, but for them, it's very critical, such a small country, when the country get to be drug infested, okay, it's very difficult on the peace and order issue. I checked on the internet. There are 55 countries that still have death penalty. Okay, we were once like that, no. So maybe this issue has to be revisited. Of course, I'm sure there's a process wherein whoever is adjudged to be penalized by his life, there's a process. And if it's justified, I think that it would be a big deterrent for heinous crime, especially for drugs. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. First concern, parang pare-pareho po yung ni-raise ninyo on gun ownership, the right to privilege to bear arms. Perhaps my voice could not suffice, no, kung ito lahat ay ibibigay ko sa ating Chief PNP. I would respectfully request this group, this club, I would recommend for a bigger forum. Perhaps it may emanate from this club to organize a forum between law enforcers, among other Rotary clubs, or also gun owners. Perhaps Rotary Club of Makati can spearhead a forum with our decision makers as far as policy, prohibitions, whatnot, no, on the bearing of firearms. That would be better, no, than as a club meeting. But definitely, I'll raise it up to the Chief PNP. On the second point, sir, I can only speak within the purview of law enforcement pillar. I cannot comment on prosecution, courts, all those things. In my perspective, I believe that no, we are actually basing our actions based on our constitution. Yun po. But I must admit, based on data, of course, that there are some laws, policies, probably outdated that needs to be revisited. I cannot comment on death penalty. That is within the purview of our leadership in government, in law legislators. It should be based on data, in science. So the part of the PNP, what is written in the law, that is we're going to do. We just enforce the law fairly and squarely and observe observance on the respect for human rights and the rule of law. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, General. Who would like to ask the final question? Well, maybe I'll ask the final question, General, since you mentioned sustainable growth. So I'm wondering what sustainable initiatives and activities that the police group is taking on to support the sustainable growth of the country.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Like I said, from my point of view, during my last travel, yung tinuturo nila sa amin doon, yung mga seminars and workshops, is more about the involvement of the community. It's partnership between the police and the community. And this is the roadmap, exactly the roadmap of our new campaign, no? The new phase of our campaign against illegal drugs. It's more comprehensive, circumspect, and focus on rehabilitation. This translates to our belief that we cannot prevent crime altogether for the PNP. We need the support of the 120 million Filipinos. Thank you, sir.
All right. We heard you, General. So SDG number 17, partnerships, right? All right. So with that, let's give another warm round of applause to Major General Alba for that wonderful presentation and for kindly answering our questions. Some are even controversial. So let's now proceed to the next part, which is the response coming from, of course, President Kit.
Major General Alba, PP Roderick, thank you very much for gracing us at this meeting today with your presence, and thank you very much for the lessons we've learned. We've learned that your club is much older than our club, 87 years, we're only 59. But particularly, I think we've learned that and been reminded of the fact that the PNP is making progress on high-profile arrests, particularly with former Mayor Gu, Quibeloy, Mahir, Ahmad, Amasan, have I got the pronunciation wrong again? Quibeloy, well, I don't need to pronounce him right, do I? I think he's a rather horrible person. And of course, the 41 high-ranking communists, which really I had not heard about that. I'm glad to hear that those arrests have been made. And I'm also interested that we now have the complete close down of all of the POGOs and IGLs by the end of this year. I'm also pleased to learn today that we have 227,000 police, and you have seen a decrease of 11% over the past year in crimes, and that you have, in the past 6 months, captured 7 billion worth of illegal drugs. I also hear your program that for 23-28, the law enforcement will be more circumspect. It will focus on rehabilitation, which I'm very sure that Father Flavi would be interested to hear, and focus on the big fish. And I'm also pleased to hear that you're now working on better working to ensure that your own force members are adhering to the internal rules of the PNP, and that you have a functioning internal affairs department. So, a rather serious talk today. I thank you very much for the time that you've given us. It's a difficult task for me to explain to you, but I know that you have a very difficult job. And all of your team have a very difficult job, and we commend you to do it well and better, and thank you for what you're doing for the country. So with that, I would like to close the meeting, yes? Oh, sorry, I'm going to make a presentation first.
And President Git, there's also another
yes.
token of appreciation coming from Architect June Palafox, so you'd like to say a few words also?
Yeah. Thank you, President Kit and Vice President Chris. The book our club is giving you, Towards Resilient Cities and Communities, it's 90% less expensive to address the hazards before they become disasters, aside from saving human lives, buildings, infrastructure, agriculture, 90% less expensive. And there are 18 kinds of hazards. 10 are man-made, including terrorism and arson, and also earthquakes, to make sure police stations will survive a magnitude 7.2, which 50,000 people will get killed in Metro Manila, which told government 2004 pa. The other one is there was supposed to be architectural design competition for the PNP headquarters, but they changed the rules now. Only contractors will bid, and they hire the architects. Anyway, we've done the architectural designs, and our club is donating our architectural designs to cajole contractors to maybe do a better architecture for the construction of your headquarters. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share.
Thank you, Architect June. So that's for climate mitigation and adaptation.
Resilience.
Resilience, there you go. Sir Kit, President Kit.
Shall we do this one?
Yes. First,
I'm going to have a picture with you.
All right, finally, the token coming from the club.
Yeah, so finally we'd like to present you with a token of appreciation. It is a plaque here. This plaque is a replica of a plaque that will be placed on a reef bud. We have a project in Ilocos Sur, in Navacan, and also down in Batangas, where we plant reef buds to replace reefs which have been damaged either by dynamite fishing or illegal fishing and dredging and so forth. And when we do it, we put a plaque on it. And this a replica of this plaque or rather the original, I suppose, this is the replica, will be placed on one in honor and appreciation of your giving us a talk today. So that is there for us. So in addition to that, we're going to pass you a copy of our 55 years, or it's nearly 59. I know you can compare it to your 87. And I don't know whether it's allowed under the Code of Conduct, but we'll let you drink a bottle of wine while you're reading our book. But perhaps we will just take one more photograph. Like this one, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. So before we adjourn, I just would like to repeat. We'll have a it's ongoing now. All right. So we'll have the raffle before the adjournment. Go ahead, please. Just make sure you drink the Macallan single malt after the firing range. Okay. All right. Wave, 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 wave. Gob, wave. Wave now, wave now, wave, wave, wave. I thought it should be wave when he's not paying attention, di ba? All right, thank you so much. So, adjournment, President Kit?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending the meeting today. Meeting adjourned.